Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of 1970s one-hit wonders. These artists captured lightning in a bottle, dominated the charts, and then mysteriously disappeared. Let's explore the surprising stories behind these memorable hits. Starbuck, led by keyboardist Bruce Blackman and percussionist Bo Wagner, created their dreamy hit, Moonlight Feels Right. After being rejected by 32 record labels, they finally released it independently, and the song climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, powered by Wagner's distinctive marimba solo. Despite releasing several follow-up albums, the band never replicated this success and disbanded in 1980. Blackman still performs occasionally and released a solo album in 2018 called The Road Not Taken. What few fans know is that the iconic marimba solo that made the song stand out was almost cut from the final version. Producer Bobby Flax initially thought it was too exotic for American radio. Additionally, Bo Wagner had previously been a child actor who appeared in the original Parent Trap movie and was a skilled tap dancer who performed on The Lawrence Welk Show before joining Starbuck. Keith Carradine wrote and performed I'm Easy.
But I'm easy. Yeah, I'm easy.
For Robert Altman's film Nashville, where he played a manipulative folk singer, the song won an Academy Award and Golden Globe for Best Original Song and reached number 17 on the Billboard charts. Unlike many one-hit wonders, Carradine's music career was secondary to his acting, with roles in The Duelist, Pretty Baby, and more recently in shows like Dexter and Fargo. The controversial truth about I'm Easy is that the song, while seemingly romantic, was written to represent his character's shallow, womanizing nature. In the film, multiple women believe he's singing directly to them, revealing his character's emotional manipulation. Carradine has admitted in interviews that people frequently request the song at his appearances, misunderstanding it as a love song when it was actually meant to expose toxic male behavior. Larry Gross, a folk singer-songwriter from Texas, scored his only hit with the novelty song Junk Food Junkie,
I'm a junk food junkie. Good Lord, have pity on me.
which reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The satirical tune poked fun at health food enthusiasts who secretly binge on junk food. After his brief chart success, Gross made a radical career shift, moving to West Virginia in 1983 and helping create the radio program Mountain Stage, which he still hosts today on National Public Radio, making him a significant figure in American folk music curation. Behind the humorous lyrics lies an interesting fact. Gross recorded the song in just one take as a joke and never expected it to be released. The record company issued it without his knowledge, and he was shocked to hear it on the radio. Even more surprisingly, Gross has been a vegetarian for most of his life, despite penning lyrics celebrating junk food indulgence, making the hit a complete irony. If you're enjoying this journey through forgotten musical history, hit that like button now and subscribe to our channel for weekly deep dives into music's most intriguing stories. Share this video with a friend who still has these tunes buried in their record collection. The band Silver created their only hit, Wham Bam, through unusual circumstances. The group was essentially a studio project formed around songwriter and vocalist Tom Dawes, who had previously been a member of The Circle, known for Red Rubber Ball. Wham Bam reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1976, featuring lush production and catchy harmony vocals. After this single success, the group disbanded, with Dawes returning to his successful career writing commercial jingles. The song's lasting legacy comes with a strange twist. Tom Dawes wrote one of the most recognizable jingles in advertising history, the Plop Plop Fizz Fizz song for Alka-Seltzer, which made him far more money than his recording career ever did. Additionally, Wham Bam experienced an unexpected revival when it was featured in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in 2017, introducing the forgotten hit to millions of new listeners 4 decades after its release and 8 years after Dawes' death. Elvin Bishop, a skilled blues guitarist who played with the Paul Butterfield Blues Band in the 1960s, released Fooled Around and Fell in Love in 1976, which reached number 3 on the Billboard charts. Ironically, Bishop doesn't sing lead on his biggest hit. He handed vocal duties to background singer Mickey Thomas, whose soulful delivery transformed the track. While Bishop never had another major hit, He's maintained a respected career in blues music, earning a Blues Music Award for his album Can't Even Do Wrong Right in 2015, and an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The song carries a painful backstory that few fans know. Years after its release, Bishop's life took a tragic turn when his daughter Selena was murdered in 2000 in a case that shocked California. The killer was the girlfriend of an ex-con who was attempting to inherit Bishop's music royalties through an elaborate extortion plot. Bishop channeled his grief into his music, releasing some of his most emotionally raw blues recordings in the years that followed. Cindy Greco recorded Making Our Dreams Come True, as the theme song for the hit sitcom Laverne and Shirley, which became her claim to fame, reaching number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite the song's popularity, Greco never managed to achieve follow-up success. She released a few more singles and eventually stepped away from the music industry, becoming one of the most obscure performers to have a widely recognized song. What viewers of Laverne and Shirley don't realize is that Greco wasn't the first choice to record the theme. The producers initially wanted Olivia Newton-John, who turned it down. Even more surprising, despite the song playing in millions of homes weekly for years, Greco earned very little from it due to a restrictive contract. She reportedly received just a one-time session fee of a few $100 for the recording that would define her career, with no residuals from its enduring TV presence. Don't let these forgotten gems disappear again. Hit the like button if you remember these songs, and subscribe now for more musical revelations every week. And please, share this video to spark some nostalgic conversations with friends who lived through the 1970s. Twin brothers Earl and Ernie Cate from Arkansas formed the Cate Brothers, creating a soulful blend of southern rock and blue-eyed soul. Their only hit, Union Man, reached number 24 on the Billboard charts in 1976, showcasing Ernie's soulful vocals and Earl's keyboard skills. Although their chart success was brief, they've maintained a dedicated following in the southern U.S. Both brothers later played with a band after Robbie Robertson's departure and continue to perform occasionally in their home state of Arkansas. Behind their authentic southern sound lies a surprising industry connection. The Cate Brothers were discovered and produced by Steve Cropper, who also co-wrote Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay with Otis Redding. What's controversial is that Union Man, despite its title and seeming pro-labor stance, was actually written about the frustrations of dealing with musicians' union regulations. John Sebastian, the former frontman of the Lovin' Spoonful, had his only solo hit with Welcome Back.
Welcome back to that same old place.
The theme from the TV show Welcome Back, Kotter. This tune reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1976. Sebastian was already an established musician before this hit, having performed at Woodstock and written classics like Do You Believe in Magic with the Lovin' Spoonful. After his solo success, he continued writing music for films and television while performing at folk festivals around the country. What few realize is that Welcome Back wasn't the original title or lyrics. The show was initially just called Kotter, and Sebastian had written a theme called Kotter's Theme with different lyrics. When TV executives changed the show's name to Welcome Back Kotter, Sebastian had to quickly rewrite the song. The revised version became his biggest solo success. Sebastian has joked in interviews that his most recognized song exists only because of a last-minute network branding decision. Alan Odane was primarily known as a songwriter, penning hits for artists like Helen Reddy, Angie Baby, and the Righteous Brothers, before releasing Undercover Angel in 1977. The song, with its unusual narrative about a visit from a supernatural female entity, topped the Billboard Hot 100. Despite this massive hit, Odane returned to songwriting afterwards, creating music for the animated series Muppet Babies in the 1980s. He continued writing and occasionally performing until his death from cancer in 2013. The bizarre backstory of Undercover Angel raises eyebrows even today. Odane described the song as emerging from a period of deep depression following a breakup. In interviews, he admitted the angel in the song represented an idealized woman who would require no emotional commitment, a fantasy he created during a time of emotional vulnerability. Mary McGregor, who was a backup singer for Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul and Mary, recorded Torn Between Two Lovers, which spent 2 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1977. Despite its success, McGregor struggled to follow up with another hit of similar magnitude. She released several more albums and singles, with only one other song, The Wedding Song, achieving modest chart success. She eventually left the music industry, but still performs occasionally at special events. The controversial aspect of Torn Between Two Lovers was its sympathetic portrayal of infidelity, which generated significant criticism despite its popularity. Radio stations received angry calls about promoting adultery, and several refused to play it despite its chart position. Teen idol Sean Cassidy shot to fame with his cover of the Crystals' Da Do Run Run, which reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1977. While he had several other top 40 hits in the U.S., none matched the success of his debut single. After his pop career faded, Cassidy reinvented himself successfully as a television writer, producer, and director, working on shows like American Gothic, Cold Case, and New Amsterdam. What many don't know about Cassidy's biggest hit is the tension it created with its original creators. Jeff Barry and Ellie Greenwich, who wrote the original with Phil Spector, were reportedly unhappy with Cassidy's version, feeling it lacked the energy and authenticity of the Crystals recording. Are these songs bringing back memories? Hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel for more music history that mainstream documentaries totally ignore. Share this video with someone who needs a trip down memory lane. Mary Wilson scored her only hit with the innuendo-laden novelty song, Telephone Man, which reached number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1977. The song used telephone installation as an extended double entendre, with lines about putting it in that barely disguised its sexual references. Wilson was a classically trained musician and model who attempted to follow up with similar novelty songs but never charted again. She continued performing and recording sporadically until her tragic death in a car accident in 2002. The controversial aspects of Telephone Man extend beyond its suggestive lyrics. Many radio stations played the song despite its obvious sexual content, yet denied that it was inappropriate for general audiences. Wilson's record label marketed her using physical appearance rather than her musical training, something she expressed frustration about in later interviews. Ram Jam, formed around guitarist Bill Bartlett, transformed an old folk song into a hard rock hit with Black Betty, which reached number 18 on the Billboard charts in 1977. Despite the song's success, internal conflicts and management issues prevented Ram Jam from building momentum, and they disbanded after their second album failed to chart. Black Betty has experienced multiple revivals through films, commercials, and video games. The song generated significant controversy upon release, with the NAACP calling for a boycott due to concerns about the lyrics' origins. Black Betty has disputed meanings. Some scholars suggest it referred to a whip used on prisoners, a musket, or a prison transfer wagon, while others maintain it was about a woman. The original folk song dates back to the 18th century. Dean Friedman created a quirky, detailed narrative with Ariel, which reached number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1977. The song tells the story of a boy meeting a Jewish American princess in New Jersey, filled with specific references like Dairy Queen and vegetarian food. While Friedman had another minor hit with Lucky Stars, he never again achieved the success of Ariel. Despite limited chart success, Friedman has maintained a loyal following, particularly in the UK, and continues to release albums and tour, developing a successful career as an independent artist. The song's specificity created an unexpected controversy when it was banned by some radio stations for the line referring to Ariel as a Jewish American princess, which some considered an ethnic stereotype. Friedman, who is Jewish himself, defended the lyric as an accurate cultural reference rather than a slur. Adding to the song's complicated legacy, the real Ariel has never been definitively identified, though several women have claimed to be the inspiration. Alicia Bridges co-wrote and recorded I Love the Nightlife, Disco Round, which peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1978 and became a disco standard. The song's pulsing beat and Bridges' distinctive vocal delivery made it a club favorite. Despite releasing several follow-up singles and albums, Bridges never matched this success. She eventually left the music industry but made occasional appearances at disco revival events. The song gained renewed popularity when it was featured in the 1994 film Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. The ironic twist to Bridges' disco anthem is that she personally disliked disco music. In interviews, she has admitted she wrote the song as a calculated attempt to capitalize on the disco trend, preferring rock and blues herself. The song also became an enduring anthem in the LGBTQ+ clubs, something Bridges didn't anticipate when recording it. In a poignant development, Bridges herself came out as lesbian years after her hit, creating a deeper connection with a community that had embraced her music. Though she has expressed mixed feelings about being permanently associated with a genre she never particularly enjoyed. If you enjoyed this musical time capsule, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration of forgotten music history. What one-hit wonders do you want us to cover next? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, keep those records spinning.